All right. So here's what we're going to go into. I get so many questions about UGC. Well, because I pretty much push UGC as much as I can because to me, when I first started, I always did commercials. The commercial shoots I always did them from the aspect of the customer. Back then, they called it like a lifestyle, but I would take the product and shoot it how the customer would use it. Now, the internet was invented, which dates me, and now people use what's called UGC, user generated content. So, like somebody comes to your restaurant and they take pictures of the food and stuff. They post that on the restaurant's website. That's UGC. So it's grown. It's became more. How would you say? Prevalent. Or companies are starting to figure out that, hey, this is a great way to get content, and it's virtually free. But they need more because there's a ton they got to post every day to stay relevant. Because other companies, other restaurants, other stores, other companies are doing the same thing. They're posting every day. So the UGC creator was born, which for me was easy because I shot commercially for 32 years and I've always done it from the aspect, lifestyles from the aspect of the customer using. So, like when I shoot for Jeep, I will go and get a Jeep and take that Jeep out and do what one of their customers would do and film it doing that. So that, of course, when somebody watches the commercial, they go, oh, yeah, that's what we do. And boom, it ticks. It scratches that little itch they got. It shows some commonality. Is that a word? Yeah, commonality. So now we head forward into UGC. Now companies are finding out that that is the perception that they're getting from UGC, user generated content. The same way the customer's telling everybody, and then it builds trust. So now what companies do is they contact me and have me make UGC content for them. So I have a studio in there. Sometimes they'll send me the product, or I'll go out to where the product's being put in, or I'll be invited someplace to try the product. I will take pictures of it, take videos of it, set it up, use it, whatever it is. They'll pretty much pay me for each video I do and call it UGC content. Now, they're having me use the product, and I'm giving my opinion of the product in the commercial. So it's not like they're paying me to do a commercial, but they are kind of paying me to do a commercial. Does that make sense? All right, so back to UGC. Generally, when I do any kind of UGC for the company I work for, or if I'm doing it for other, I work for a company full time, and then I also have a media company called Studio L7. But generally, I treat it like a real commercial. So I'll record my own sound effects. It's like if I'm doing a coffee shop or something, I'll actually go in and record some of the glasses clinking, or the cups clinking, the way the espresso machine works, or grinding beans. I'll record my own stuff, and then I shoot a ton of B-roll. Because you know what? You can never have enough B-roll, even for UGC short form videos. That's great. Get spreading the coffee beans around, maybe packing the cup for the espresso, maybe pouring the coffee. It's always good to have as much B-roll as you can. Mix that with the sounds, and also use sound effects, whooshes, thumps, regular old sound effects. Make it look as cinematic as possible. A lot of times sometimes I even use wait for it, I use a certain lens for a GoPro. Now, to be honest with you, I use a GoPro almost all the time. Yeah, I have bigger cameras, but the GoPro is so easy to use and so easy to get in places. It's just unreal. Now, a lot of times I shoot 360. I've got a setup where I use a 4 Sony cameras on this mount that I made. That's all, and then I've got Insta360 small 360 cameras, which are really convenient and have really good quality. And I use the GoPro. I have Lumix cameras. I use the GH5, the G85, the S5. I guess what I'm saying is that it really doesn't matter what kind of camera you have, be it GoPro, the phone, whatever. The best thing to do is just get out and use what you have. Now, on this channel, I'm going to take you on a trip. So if you're interested in this, subscribe. So whenever I go out and make my sound effects, I'm going to go along and document how I do this. Now, when I'm taking UGC, I'm going to go along and document how I do this using any and every camera. See, I remember when I first started, it was always important that I had the best of the best. Now you get to a certain age and you realize it's the camera that gets the job done, not just the biggest camera, whatever one gets the job done the easiest way. And over the last 10, 15 years, I've realized that it's not always the biggest and the baddest. Sometimes it's the easiest and the smallest that gets it done quickly, fast, and efficiently. So, for instance, I used to always have to have a big computer with me. Over the last 10 years, I've switched everything to a iPad. Why? Because when I go to do shows and stuff with my company, I can get all this stuff done very quickly, especially with LumaFusion. It's almost a professional editor, but the way the industry's changed to where it's all internet, now I get stuff done. Well, used to take me 2 or 3 days, I do it in a night or two. So that's it for right now. Until next time.